Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Rana, and today we need to have a really serious talk about the state of general dentistry. I know this may come as a shock to some of you, but the word on the street is that private practice general dentistry is potentially on the decline. As a general dentist myself, I had to make a video about this to create an open platform for discussion. I wanted to create a way for us to overcome obstacles like this together. But first, please show some love for your boy by smashing that like button and find this video interesting. All right guys, let's get right into today's video about whether or not I think private practice general dentistry is soon to be a thing of the past. Now let's get straight to the point. As a dentist who works for a DSO or a dental service organization, it's hard for me to admit this, but I think it's time we face the facts. The rise of DSOs is causing the downfall of private practices worldwide. DSOs are growing exponentially in recent years, and it's starting to have a negative impact on the traditional dental practice model. The corporate takeover is affecting all parts of our field because they're using economies of scale. This allows them to buy supplies at much lower costs in comparison to small businesses. Think Walmart, Chili's, and Starbucks. It's becoming harder and harder to compete as small business owners, and many are being squeezed out of the market altogether. So where does that leave the solo private practice owner? In my opinion, the future lies in small group practices. This is where specialists are on hand to provide a range of services for our patients. This approach ensures that patients don't have to go anywhere else, and it's becoming increasingly popular as the DSO model takes hold. In my DSO, we have an in-house oral surgeon and endodontist that comes to our office a few times a month. The general dentist comes in after and handles all the restorative aspects. OS places implants, we restore them. Endo does the root canal, we prep the tooth for the crown. This model is extremely profitable because every team member is able to maximize their time and profitability. I personally like to perform all aspects of general dentistry myself, but I can see why in the DSO model it isn't ideal, especially with the lowering insurance reimbursement rates. However, this way the patient gets the most optimal specialized care, which is awesome. So I see this model becoming the new normal. Guys, let's keep the discussion going in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the small group practice model in this rapidly changing landscape? Now, being a successful business owner and a general dentist has never been harder than it is in 2024. There are a multitude of factors that are making it harder and harder to compete in this industry. COVID-19 has had lasting impacts on every industry in America, dentistry being no different. Unfortunately, it has made things much more difficult for general dentists out there. Since the pandemic started, we have seen a sharp rise in wages for dental assistants, front desk staff, and hygienists. In fact, hygienists have seen a huge increase in pay, which is great for them, but it's coming out of the general dentist's pocket, overhead, and overall profits. According to recent data, the increase in wages for these positions has gone up tremendously in just a short amount of time. And there's no indication that these prices and wages are ever going to go down anytime soon. This is making it harder than ever to keep our practices afloat. In the current state of the market, inflation is making things even harder for us. Now, Mr. Jerome Powell is not helping us as general dentists either. You know what happens when you just print infinite amounts of money, right? The cost of all supplies goes dramatically up. We're talking from bond to composites to ceramics. Every aspect of general dentistry has increased in cost. And this is a real issue because it's cutting into the overall profit margins of the general dentist. Now it's becoming way harder to sustain a successful business. So if you're a general dentist and you're struggling to keep your business afloat, you're not alone. This increase in prices due to inflation is affecting us all. One of the biggest challenges we're facing is the increase in rent prices across the country. Not only that, but wages and supply costs have also skyrocketed, putting a huge strain on the overhead of a dental practice. And if that wasn't enough, insurance reimbursement rates have actually decreased over the past 3 decades. So now, dentists are expected to do more with less compensation, which is simply not sustainable in the long run. It's a tough situation to be in, but it's important that we raise awareness about these issues so that we can start working towards solutions together. We're living in an era where people are taking better care of their teeth now better than ever before. Thanks to the availability of information on social media and other platforms, people are more aware of the importance of dental hygiene. Fluoridated water has also played a major role in this shift towards better healthcare. As you may know, the incidence of cavities has been decreasing over the years thanks to better education and access to information. This is great news for everybody because as healthcare providers, we want to see the best for our patient, but it also means that the traditional business model of a general dentist is becoming less and less predictable. As a result, the demand for dental services has changed, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for dentists to attract patients in need of high levels of care. So how can dentists tackle this problem? Well, the first thing they need to do is adapt to a new reality. They need to find innovative ways to attract patients and provide them with high quality care. They also need to be mindful of the rising costs of business with cost-effective ways to market and provide care. Guys, let's stay positive and continue to educate our patients on the importance of dental health. Dental school tuition is also at an all-time high, and the government seems to be giving out a blank check to students who may not fully understand the value of a $500,000 loan. It's a tough situation, and it's making a lot of people reconsider career paths. Personally, I've been thinking a lot about specializing in a specific area of dentistry that has more potential for growth and is in higher demand. Some dentists are turning to specialization in fields like endodontics and oral surgery, but that comes with its own set of challenges like daunting exams and long residency programs. So it's up to you to decide which path is best for you and your clinical practice. Now, I know it's a tough decision to make, but it's something that I think a lot of us are gonna have to consider in the coming years. The ROI on specializing just makes sense at this time. One way to combat these challenges is to go lean and mean. By running a low overhead office with minimal assistance and possibly doing your own hygiene, you can try to get those fee-for-service patients, cash-paying patients. This way, you won't have to battle with insurance companies with every single claim, and you won't have to pay extra staff wages like hygiene, which really adds to your overall overhead costs. Now, I know it may be tough to see yourself doing SRPs and cleanings as a general dentist, but it's a great idea if you're just starting out because it gives you an intimate relationship with your patients. You get to form a deeper bond with them, and you get better overall access to seeing what's going on in their mouth. If you do your own hygiene, you're much more likely to get their trust and acceptance as well. Another thing that's been on my mind is the number of dental schools that are popping up every single year. It seems like the government is just allowing an infinite number of people to get together, pull some money, and create a class size of like 1,000 people. I mean, creating a dental school is probably the best business in America. Let's be real. You have a client with an unlimited checkbook who is desperate to join your business. They don't have great financial literacy at that really young age, and you can charge whatever you want. It's mind-blowing to me, isn't it? But with the increase in dentists, there's also an increase in competition each and every year. On average, about 5,000 new dentists are entering the marketplace, and less baby boomers are retiring. I had a patient come to me recently who was unhappy with the service they received at a private practice, and instead they went to a DSO. It got me thinking, is this the beginning of the end for private practice dentistry? Are we seeing the great migration towards corporate dentistry? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, so please let me know in the comments below. Do you think private practice dentistry is dying, or do you think there's hope for a turnaround? With the rising cost of business and the increasing dental school tuition, is this still a viable option for young dentists coming out of school to start their own practices? Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It allows me to continue making content and videos like this for you guys. If you want to reach out to me, please shoot me a message on IG. Tell me where you think private practice dentistry is headed in the next 10 years. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay optimistic, folks. Until next time, take care.